You can't break my soul. You can't break my soul. I'm telling everybody. How are you? We're going to wait for more people to show up. Hey, we have our first. Hello, firsts. Make sure you put a heart. Make sure you put a purple heart in the comment if you're a caregiver, and if you're not, just hang out because we're going to have fun today. We're going to do some experiments. We're going to talk about incontinence, where I have learned so much about incontinence, and I'm really excited to share because this is interesting, y'all. There's so much to learn about making sure you don't get skin raked down and the different types of products that are out there and the new technologies. Like, who would have thought that there's technology included in incontinence wear? Who would have known? I see those purple hearts. Hey, caregivers, what's the blue heart? Let me know. I can't say your whole name, sir, but thank you for the blue heart. You said, I'm not sorry, but I support you all. My mom was a caregiver to my mom for 7 years. Don't be sorry. We need support of the people who support the people taking care of the people who need support. So it's all support. We appreciate it. I used to volunteer with dementia patients as a youth. Thank you for doing that. That's something that I would love to see more of. I think that's really, really important. Thank you for putting your purple hearts in the air. I think Carewell should be coming in here soon, but we're going to start because we're going to be talking about a lot of protective underwear. Hey, boo. Hey. Hey, Michelle. And I'm going to put my computer to the test. So I recently learned about this new incontinence line called Cardinal. And this man said that he trusts these products so much that he would pour water in them on top of his computer. I'm not going to do that. But we're going to do something like that. But not my computer. Not today. But we're going to play around with it. All right. I'm so happy to be here. So first, let's talk about Cardinal. Cardinal is a not new. They've actually been around for about 60 years, but they have been working in acute care. If you don't know what acute care is, don't feel bad because I didn't know what acute care is. I am a caregiver turned learning everything as I go. But what acute care basically is when you go to the hospital for some sort of care. So whether it's urgent care or trauma care, you're pretty much going to a medical facility to get care. And they are the #1 brand used with acute care. And that now, maybe we should, make these products available to the general population. And I think that's pretty cool because they're actually working on some really important stuff. And let's talk about it. So look, you guys are going to see me looking over here because I have notes right here. I have notes on my laptop. I have notes over here. So I'm going to be bouncing back and forth, making sure I get you the most accurate info. Okay, so how many of you guys have dealt with incontinence wear? Hi, Tree Talk. Thank you for being so nice. How many, put a thumbs up if you guys have dealt with incontinence care for an aging adult. I'm going to wait until I see thumbs up, or I'm going to ask another question. We're going to get these questions out, guys. Okay, we have one. Yes. So what was the biggest problem that you faced? Was it like leaks, or was it sizing? Like, we know that there's so many things that go into making sure your loved one has the right sized wear, or making sure that the capacity of what they're wearing can hold everything that they void. So you guys know how hard it is dealing with incontinence, right? There came one point in time where I was waking up every morning at like 6 a.m. knowing that I had to mop the floor up. I'ma change the world, mama, on TikTok. That's a very sweet comment. I don't know what it's referring to, but I appreciate it. Leaks and also rashes because of harsh materials. I'm so glad you brought up rashes, because that's literally what we're here to talk about. Okay, so since you brought up such a great point, let's just skip slightly ahead. We're gonna pedal it back, but we're going to talk about the brief, the protective underwear, and the underpad that Cardinal sells. I also have some video to show you guys, but we're going to start with this technology that they have in their briefs that most others don't have. So they have what like most have, where the wings are, called a breathable fabric, right? So like, were I to put it up here and go, you could feel that blow out. And so like having that, make sure that the skin stays cool and you're not holding it in moisture. But there's this new technology that lets the vapors and moisture out too. And that is throughout the entire product. And so the goal is to make sure that the product's not holding on to moisture, and that way the skin doesn't stay wet, which then causes skin breakdown, which is actually called, hold on, I'm about to get you guys the medical term because I learned it and I have been practicing saying it this whole time. It is IAD, which is incontinence associated dermatitis. Say that 3 times fast. Say that 3 times fast. I'm too excited, y'all. I really do get happy to come on here with y'all and talk about these things. Okay, so what that means is that like when moisture is created inside of the brief, the vapor from that moisture can still come out. Y'all are laughing at me. I know it's fun. Look, your girl has been sitting here studying, okay? Studying. Which helps keep your loved one dry and helps keep skin breakdown from happening. So if you don't really know what skin breakdown or IAD is, which is incontinence associated dermatitis, with children you would call it diaper rash. And so the goal is to create a dry, not moist environment for them to void in, which is another word that I'm learning as well. All right, you said, I'm not laughing. You're doing a great job. Hey, love, it's so good to see you smile and laugh. Thank you. I'm happy that I am too. Lately I have been doing well. We'll talk about the morning process, but not right now. So now that we've like shared what the technology is that Cardinal is using, hey, love it. It's so good to see you smile. Okay, so what the trainer who taught us about Cardinal said is that I could take some water and pour it on the underpad that he sent us, and then I could come back in 30 minutes and it will be dry to touch. So we're gonna give that a try. We're gonna start out making sure that what he says is true, okay? So here, right here I have 1 cup, right? So we're just gonna pour it on here. My computer is real close to this. I am gonna say that. It's not on it though, but it's real close. But we're just gonna put water on this, okay? And we're gonna come back in about a half hour because this live is about an hour long. And we're gonna see if when I put my hand on it, it's okay. All right. Oh, something that I also wanted to point out is that, like right now, because it's so hot outside, also making sure that your loved one has on a protective underwear that does let air in and out and moisture vapors out is really important. And like this was the time when I was always trying to get mommy juices and waters and just trying to make sure she stayed hydrated, because these summers in Los Angeles, California are serious. There's something serious. And so when, you know, you're constantly giving them teas and waters and juices, they hold all of that, right? And it has to come out at some time, and it has to come out in something, hopefully, that will keep them dry and keep skin breakdown from happening. I am looking at notes right now. Please give me half a second. Okay, so we've done our science experiments. We've talked about Cardinal. We're opening up with the list of things that we have. I've already shown you guys. We have the Barreet. This is a size large. The middle is, of course, filled with polymer, which is what like children's diapers are filled with. That's that material that turns into jelly when it gets wet. But what most incontinence lines don't do is they don't put the polymer throughout the entire bottom of it. They just kind of like put it where they think the person might void. But that doesn't work, right? Because like we're not just standing up, right? That would maybe work on a child who is learning to like walk and crawl, and so they're moving and whatnot. But something like this is really important, like especially for seniors who are maybe in hospice and or bedbound, because they're laying either on their sides or their back. And so having the polymer throughout the entire bottom is like really important. But then on top of that, look how high up it goes. It goes all the way up. Like there is no room for a leak to come out of here, which I think is also just smart. I'm sure it's more expensive, but if the product comes out working, then that's what you need, right? Okay, I'm looking at notes again.